Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today our group 9 will be presenting a microeconomics case study titled Poverty Forces 2 out of 9 children to quit school. In this presentation, we will discuss how poverty affects education, especially how financial struggles can force children to stop schooling. We will also look at this issue from a microeconomic perspective, focusing on how limited household income and opportunity costs influence families' decisions about education. Now, let's move on to the situation given in our case study. The hardship of a family in Pahang forces 2 out of 9 children of Rabu Tepe to quit school, and the other 4 will have the same fate if the situation becomes worse. The head of the poor family said that he couldn't afford to send 6 children to school. He then decided to pull out 2 of them from school after failing to get help. This is considered a sacrifice by the family in order to let the other 4 children will have to quit school as well. This sad story has gained the attention of the Ministry of Education, which has contributed school uniforms and textbooks to them. The government has also decided to give the 4 children scholarships and the monthly allowance of 300 ringgit, which will soon be given to the family. So the first question for this case study is define scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. 2 marks. The first one is scarcity. Scarcity is a situation whereby a society's resources are limited, thus not enabling the society to produce all that the people want. The central problem of unlimited wants and needs that outnumber the limited resources available. It is a case where demand for goods, services, or resources is greater than its supply, hence the need for choice on how best to allocate the resources. It implies that resources are finite and limited. Hence, there is opportunity cost. One has to give up some alternatives when making choices. This concept is central to economic theory since it creates the need for production, distribution, and consumption decisions within an economy. The second is choice. Choice is a pertains to the action of making decisions on how to allocate scarce resources to meet unlimited wants and needs. Since resources are scarce, it is incumbent upon individuals and societies to decide how much to produce, by what method, and for whom, relative to others. A choice involves the selection for one option from among several feasible alternatives, which thereby entails the consideration of a trade-off. This is the very core of economic decision making and is intimately connected with opportunity cost. The value of the next best alternatives gets sacrificed whenever a choice is made. Thus, scarcity automatically leads to choice, with a need to weigh cost against benefit in order to allocate resources most efficiently. The last one is the definition of opportunity cost. It is refers to the value of the best alternative sacrificed when a choice is made, given the scarcity of resources. It is the cost of what you give up in choosing one option over another. It includes monetary costs and all other advantages such as time, pleasure, or utility, which could have been derived from the second best alternative. Opportunity cost is a fundamental to making efficient decisions in microeconomics, as it aids individuals and businesses in weighing the trade-offs that come with their choices while attempting to allocate resources optimally.
For the second question, based on article, identify the problem of scarcity faced by this family, the choice that they had, and the opportunity cost incurred from the decision made. The main problem in the article is scarcity. Scarcity happens when human wants are unlimited but resources are unlimited. For this family in Pang, the scarce resources are is money. The father works as rubber tapper and his income is low and unstable because rubber prices always change based on supply and demand. With such a small income, the family struggles to cover their daily needs, food, clothing, and also their children education. So the family clearly show the problem of scarcity. They don't have enough resources to meet all their needs. Because of this scarcity, the family had to make difficult choices on how to use their limited money. The first option was to send all 9 children to school, but that would make it hard for them to afford basic needs. The second option was to let 2 children stop so their others could continue. After thinking carefully, the father chose the second option. Even though it was a painful decision, it was the most practical one to balance their income and their children's education needs.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Today I will explain about a situation that involves opportunity cost. Due to financial difficulties, a father decided to stop 2 of his 9 children from continue their study. This means he has to make a tough decision by choosing between supporting all his children's education or maintaining the family financial stability. The opportunity cost in this situation is the education and brighter future that these 2 children could have achieved. They lost the chance to gain better qualification, secure stable job, and improve their standard of living in the future. However, the father made this difficult choice to ensure that the family could survive and the other children could continue their study. So, this example shows that opportunity cost, the future potential, there must be sacrifices to meet the current needs of the family. Thank you.
The allowance, the books, and the school uniform could certainly help alleviate the problem faced by this family. Does it mean that scarcity does not exist anymore? Why? No, scarcity still exists. Even with government aids such as books, uniform, scholarship, and 300 ringgit allowance, scarcity remains. Scarcity is a fundamental economic issue of limited resources and unlimited ones. It reduces burden, not the world problem. Now, the family has to make decision how about how to use the limited resources because of the concept of scarcity. A monthly living allowance of 300 ringgit might help this family pay for tuition fees and transportation costs, but it may not be enough to cover all their needs, as they also have to pay for food, utilities, clothing, and all other necessities. This family must put their most pressing needs first because they are still under a lot of financial strains. This frequently entails classifying one needs to satisfy another, such as having to put 2 kids out of school to support their other kids' schooling.
Now, moving to the next point, scarcity doesn't mean a total absence of resources. Instead, it refers to the gap between limited resources and unlimited desire. Even when a family receives the financial assistance, they still need to make difficult choices in a very single day. For example, children might have to choose between buying a healthy food or paying their transportation to school. This shows how scarcity families to make a trade-off where one must be sacrificed to fulfill another. such decisions represent the daily struggle that many families face when managing the limited income and resources. Furthermore, the financial aid they receive only provide temporary relief. It's help for a while, but it doesn't guarantee a long-term stability. If the cost of uh, if the cost of living continues to rise or income decrease, the family may face the financial stress again and possibly even risk having more children drop out of school. This situation is to highlight that resource scarcity remains a serious and ongoing issue, even though government is very helpful in the short term. It cannot completely solve the problem. Families still need to continue support, careful planning, and proper resource management to maintain their well-being. In conclusion, scarcity continues to affect how people live, what they can afford, and the choices they make every day. It reminds us that no matter how help is given, resources are always limited, and families must keep balancing their needs and wants wisely. Thank you.